All
All
right.
right, guys, let me do this. Alrighty, guys. What if I told you guys that you could potentially be sabotaging your marketing and sales efforts using AI? And as a result of this, yourself and your business could be in some legal troubles. Now, this is what we will be talking about today, so stick around. It is going to be a good one. I am Malika Shea, sales and marketing strategist. I help entrepreneurs market and monetize their services and products through clear messaging and effective strategies.
Hey everyone, it is attorney Jamila Moore, and you know I am your business strategist and attorney. I help you protect and grow your profits, your brand, and your business through trademarks, contracts, and copyright. If you're doing business without me or with someone like me, you're probably riding dirty in your business and you need to do things differently. And I just want to say that we're coming towards the end of May, but I don't want us to forget that we are declaring this month, May my life never be the same. So as you come in,
Oh,
drop in the chat, may my life never be the same.
okay.
This
Yes.
is why you can't go to AI. AI can't give you that.
The AI definitely, definitely cannot give you that. I don't care how many prompts you put in there. So what I want to start out just with getting a very clear fundamental definition of what AI is, right? I don't want to assume that everybody out there knows what AI is and how it's changing our lives. You must have been under a rock if you don't, but it's okay. That's what we're here for. But just a clear I would say explanation of AI is basically computer science that's designed to mimic, human thinking and the decision making process that we as humans do. So, with that in mind, we want to start thinking about how we're using AI in our business, right? As an asset and a resource versus the end all be all and the thing that ultimately is quote unquote running your business and you're implementing in your business.
Malika, so an AI bot cannot be my marketing strategist. It can't be my lawyer. It can't be my business strategist. It can't be my HR strategist.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But here let me
Uh-oh.
tell you, let me tell you, Jam, if you choose to make it that, you can. You by by all means absolutely can. But here's the deal. If you choose to do that, then all of those marketing and sales efforts and legal and all of the efforts that you're putting into your business could ultimately be in vain because what's happening now is that Google is really going to not recognize a lot of the information that you're putting out there on your website. And I'm gonna backtrack a little bit because I really want to get into. I'm not going to get into all the details about it because I definitely don't want to bore you guys with all the technical stuff. But Google just had their I/O 2024 event this month. They made some very drastic changes earlier this month. I think it was like May 7th or 8th or whatever have you, and Google search, right? And so what AI will be doing or what Google will be doing now going forward is really cracking down. Y'all are gonna trip when I tell you this. They are really cracking down on websites who are utilizing I'm sorry, utilizing AI without tweaking, like in their copy on their websites, without tweaking the information and really customizing it and making it to their audience. Now, and that's really utilizing it and taking advantage of the whole SE rankings behind that, right? So what that means is that while you're thinking that you're getting ahead by using AI to basically write all the copy for your websites, your blogs, things like that, well, Google is saying, oh, no. This is not original content. This is not content that's geared towards your audience. This is not valuable content. This is low. What's the word that they use?
I don't know.
Uh,
We're gonna create one because you know I'm
yeah,
a trademark attorney. Low vibrational copy. We don't
yes.
want no low vibrational copy. And it's funny, Malika, that you say that because the world is changing, and I think we have a place where now the legal world, the business world, companies are now just catching up with the whole AI movement. But in the legal world now, you can't even copyright things that have that is not originated by you. So they're going
Mm,
to ask you, like, is this your full authorship? And so when I think about AI and using it in our businesses, I think one key that people would kind of take away is this inspiration, not your business. It's
yes.
only inspiration.
Absolutely. I mean, you hit the nail on the head with that. Definitely. The other thing too, I think when we start thinking about the legal aspect of things, if you're solely using AI as your, your only resource and basically taking, copying and pasting whatever that information is that you're gaining from AI onto your intellectual property, right? If you're utilizing that on your intellectual property and claiming it as your own, then what happens when something goes wrong? Maybe the information that you got from AI is not really correct. Then who's liable? When it comes to the legal standpoint of it, who's actually responsible for that when things go wrong? Is it you, the user? Is it AI? Is it the programmers who created AI? So these are the things that you want to consider. And if I had to take a guess and just say based on history, it's going to be you, the person who's actually been using that AI and took it and copied and pasted. So I don't know, Jam, you want to expound on that in regards to the legal standpoint?
Yeah, no, I think you are spot on. That's real. Like the reality is, if you're going to take AI and you're going to use it and you're using it as if it's you, then you are responsible for whatever consequences come from whatever it is that you create from borrowing somebody else's ideas. So I want to go back old school, right? And old school tells us that you can't plagiarize. Like that is a rule. Like you could never plagiarize a paper. But now we have taken AI and we've allowed it to plagiarize our businesses, right?
Mm,
Plagiarize our
whoa.
programs, plagiarize our YouTube. But then we say, I plagiarized, this thing helped me, but I want to own all the rights to that. And it's like, actually, you can't do that because there is also issues that are arising because the people who they AI is getting the information from, they have copyright rights, they have intellectual property rights. And so if you are using AI without an attorney, you are using AI to your detriment. And it's
Yeah.
only a matter of time before the chickens come home to roost.
Or let's say this, you're misusing AI to your
Mm-hmm.
detriment. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? So you brought up something, and it jogged my brain here when we started talking about programming, right? The people who actually program AI, because I think one of the things that we have to understand that AI just don't exist. There's programmers and people who tell it what to say and do, and they basically they program it for us, for it to feed us that information. And we want to definitely keep in mind too that there's a couple of things that could actually go wrong even with that. You have the biases, right? And so if the person who's actually programming it have certain biases against, whether it's societal biases or just data biases, that will implement that will factor in, or affect, let's just say, affect the results that AI gives you. And so if those are not aligned with your company and your brand, but you're taking it as if your own, that in itself could also be a detriment to your business.
So, Malika, if I'm just starting out in my business and I go to AI and I say, write me a business plan for X, Y, and Z, tell me the industry I'm in, tell me my customer base, tell me how many, of my products and services I need to sell to get to X amount of whatever. What do I do then? Is that a good marketing strategy, or should I really be going to a person?
Great question, Jam. You can utilize that as a guiding point, right? As again, as a
Mhm,
reference. That
mhm.
should not be your marketing strategy, right? Because there's so many things that we as marketers, there's a lot of questions that we'll ask that you won't even know to even ask AI to pull that information from, in regards to being able to help you be able to formalize a marketing or sales strategy. So short answer, no. Long answer is hire a marketing person and stop trying to do it on your own.
Ooh, ooh.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Out and clear. And I wanna take it a step further, because some people will learn about legal things that they're supposed to do. So people watch me. So now they know that their website has to have a certain level of security, right? When they're collecting personal information. So I had someone come to me, they're like, well, I went to Gemini, which is Google's, AI. And I went to ChatGPT, which is open AI, and I had them write me a privacy policy. So here it is. I am doing a trademark consultation, and I just go on the website and look at the privacy policy. Now, was it some information? Yes, but it was incomplete, and it was not thorough enough to protect not only the business owner, but the people who were coming in to patronize that business. And so what happens when you do not have the right information in your contracts? That leaves you open for people to sue you. But when you are collecting personal information, that goes into the world where the state, local, and sometimes international municipalities will come after you because they care about their people and they care about their data. And so you cannot have AI write you a contract.
Absolutely. That is definitely one of the risks.
Again, you cannot have AI write you a contract. You cannot have it write you a policy. And I get it, right? Like starting a business, growing a business takes thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But are you willing to risk the service, the product, the things that you poured your heart and soul into just to cut a corner because you think AI is now your lawyer?
Man, Jan, let me tell you, you said a mouthful, definitely a mouthful. And I love the fact that you touched on the whole privacy thing, because that is also one of the risk, and using AI, right? The consumer privacy, because that is a big, big, big deal. We know that, right? And so when you have people going on YouTube, you know what I've been hearing a lot lately is folks on YouTube presenting information to people, to the audience, telling them that pretty much you can go on AI and write a whole entire ebook in less than 10 minutes. Right? You can go online and write and do a website and use AI in less than 10 minutes, or whatever the time frame is. But pretty much they're promoting and educating the use or the misuse of AI for people to get these things done quickly. But what they are missing is, again, all of the ramifications, the negative impacts that it could possibly have on that person and their business. And I might be a little biased here when I say when I say this, but 9 times out of 10, if a person is going to YouTube and listening to somebody tell them that, they probably don't have a business set up correctly anyway. So you might want to reach out to attorney Jamila Moore for her to help you get right now, so you don't be rotten dirty in these streets. And then when you're ready, then I'm gonna hook y'all up with the marketing and sales piece of it.
You really hit on something. Like, they just don't get it. And like, you have to get it. Like, and I want to like take a step back, because I think that post pandemic that we have created hustle culture for businesses. Like, and so there's all of this hustle culture around how you start and grow your business. And the reality is that does not keep you from having true and sound business practices so that you can survive a pandemic, a recession, or whatever. And so the reality is, like, if you're listening to the internet gurus, the YouTube gurus, you have to always take that back and have that person who is walking with you that have actually done the studying, that have done the work, that has the certificates, like Malika and myself. Like, I have a business certificate too. Like, don't play with me, right? Like, I'm not just going out here like, I did it, now I'm coaching you. No, like, I've gone through several rounds of programming for this stuff, and you have degrees in this, right? And so you have to lean on people who have sound knowledge and experience to make sure that you actually have a business and you're not up here hustling up money. Because I'm going to say this, like, what makes you different from the dude that's outside on the corner selling t-shirts, that's selling Krispy Kreme donuts? That's what they be selling out here in Chicago. They're selling water. But you think you better because you got social media.
Right.
No. You hustling up business.
Right. Right, right. And that hustle mentality is not sustainable, right? That hustle
Mm-hmm.
mentality in your business is not sustainable. You're going to constantly find yourself on that hamster wheel trying to keep up or trying to do the next best thing or to try, you know what I'm saying? And instead of really just taking the time, the money, the resources or whatever and hiring people who actually do this for a living. Um, and so I also too want to talk about. I had a consultation with a young man a couple of weeks ago, and we were just talking about just branding stuff, right? Really just defining who his audience is and brand voice and all of that. And I asked him just a simple question: Do you have anything written down just in regards to your brand voice? And girl, he said, "Oh yeah, I used AI, and this is what it this is what it gave me." So I said, "You did what?" He said, "Yeah, I used AI." I said, "Okay. So what AI gave you and what you feel your brand is, does that align together?" Well, some parts of it do, but I couldn't really think about it. I didn't know. And it was just like, and I was just like, okay, this is all the way wrong. So the point that I'm making is that's another reason why you should not be using AI for certain tools and certain things when it comes to your business, because AI don't know your brand. They don't know, how you feel about your clients, how you feel about your business, how you want to connect to your audience. AI doesn't know that. So use it, to give it some prompts to maybe kind of brainstorm and get some ideas, but don't utilize it as the thing and then take it and run with it. That is an absolute no-no. So that's another way how that could negatively impact, your business in regards to um, creating your brand and it not being in alignment.
No, that's so good. And when you were talking, the thing that came to me is like, why you cheating on you?
Hmm.
Like, you are literally cheating on you. You are trying to cheat you out of you. And the reality is, if you want to build a for real profitable business, if you wanted to be successful, if you wanted to leave a legacy for generations to come, you can't cheat code you. You have to do the work. You have to get the understanding. And then here is the problem that comes. This is more in the legal world too. When you use a cheat code to build your business, you don't know your business. You don't feel your business. You don't own your business. Your business isn't really you. And then when you have to hire someone in that role, they just get to take money out of your business because you don't even know what it takes to actually do that thing and command results in that area. And so you're hiring someone, and please don't go to OpenAI and tell them to write you an employee handbook. Please do not go to AI and tell them to write you an independent contractor agreement because you want to hire somebody. You are cheating yourself, you're cheating your people, and you're cheating your legacy. And so the thing that we're going to keep going back at is, okay, I'm going to use this for inspiration. I am not going to use it in desperation. Ooh.
Oh, all right now. The Lord done gave you that, didn't he? Because oh, I like that. Yes. That's facts right there. I mean, that's it. That is definitely it. And we got to get out of that desperation trying to take shortcuts with our business. Unfortunately, the culture says and promotes that we can and that it works and that it's sustainable, but that is some bull. The reality of it is, it does not. It is not sustainable. And you cannot take shortcuts when it comes to building your business, building your brand, building your name. Your name is everything, right? And so if you stand on that alone, then you should already know that you cannot use AI to build your business. I think one of the things is that we want to always keep our audience and our customers at the forefront of everything that we do.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. Period. Right. And what is that authenticity that they need? And what is it that
Right.
they deserve? And I think, most of the people in my world are faith based in some way. Right. And it's just like, so you are dealing with the Lord's people. Like, you just gonna give
Mhm.
them anything? You're gonna do anything to them? Like, no, that's not the type of business owners that we are called to be, that we're assigned to be. You have to actually really care, because I think the unhidden piece that we don't talk about a lot is that a business is really about relationship building. Whether people
Mhm.
know you personally or not, they are building a relationship with you. Like, I can't tell you how many times I had a big brother or a big sister in my head, and that was the reason that I patronized their business.
Right.
So, you want to really live in that place of authenticity, and to take whatever it is that you get from there and really just sit back and say, okay, now what's the real thing? Like, thank you for the idea. Thank you for the inspiration to start. But then how do I move on from here? Because
Yeah.
the other piece that I think about is, if you were using AI to write your contracts, do you even understand what it just wrote you?
Probably not.
Right? You probably don't even understand what they just wrote for you, right? So, one, you're walking around here ignorant. Like, who wants to be an ignorant CEO? That's why reputable businesses, they have all of these departments. They have a marketing
Yep.
department,
Yep.
they have a
Yep.
legal department, because the
Yeah.
CEO may not know, but hey, I have someone in
I
place
have a
that does know.
team. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And
And
it's
they can walk me through it.
yeah. And it's not the CEO's job to know everything. That's why you have to hire people, put people in places that can help you build and run your business. It is crucial.
Malika,
Um,
somebody out here right now is like, yeah, I am hiring somebody. I'm hiring AI.
we'll keep on hiring. We'll see you on the back end of that. Let us know how that works out in the long run. One of the other things too I want to touch on just a little bit from a marketing standpoint is SEO. I think I mentioned earlier a little bit about rankings and things like that, but also too is that a lot of businesses, you ultimately want to have, good high rankings. Everybody wants, like, high rankings and when it comes to SEO, right? But utilizing AI without making any tweaks and without, putting your own you into it is definitely going to backfire, and Google is recognizing that as well. Because here's the deal, right? Your content should be original content that brings value, additional value that nobody else out there is offering. AI can't do that for you. And that is one of the key things too that Google is recognizing, when they start crawling your pages and they're ranking people and their content and things like that. So you want to consider that, but also too, again, that is in alignment with connecting with your audience, right? Bringing that valuable content that nobody else is bringing. You don't want to be like everybody else.
Yeah, Malika, that kind of goes back to the point earlier around hustle culture, hustle CEOs. And so, because like post pandemic, that we've been taught, like, oh, just go out here, you do this, you do that, you do that. As you're speaking, the thing that I am very clear on is, like, the people don't understand basic marketing, right? And with basic marketing, you have to understand that you need to have a unique value proposition. And so,
Mm,
with your unique value proposition, there should be something that's so unique about you that no one else can have it, right? We have, like, the two big phone players is iPhone and Samsung, right?
right.
Apple and Samsung. And Apple wins a lot, but like Samsung is just going to keep perfecting that camera and keep perfecting that one thing that they're good at. And worldwide, Samsung is starting to take over from Apple.
Hmm.
So you have to be willing to put that grunt work in and to live in your uniqueness. But AI isn't making you unique. AI is making you like all the other people that it
Lazy.
took the information from to
Right.
give you what it is that you have.
Right. As you were talking about that, I thought about it and I said, here's another thing that just literally came to me why it could literally hinder your business. Because if you're using AI to rely on your business, that actually limits your ability to grow in your business. So now you're not going to be able to have these type of conversations, podcast and free talk, right? You're not going to be able to be a speaker anywhere. You're not going to be able to monetize on these things because at the end of the day, AI done built your business and you really don't know.
Malika, so you got a whole bunch of ignorant CEOs walking around. Like, and
Uh,
I hate to say it like that, but I think sometimes we need the reality, right? Because like what you don't know does hurt you, and what you don't know will limit you. And so when you take the information as gold, one of my mentors, my leadership coach, he says this: you need information, you need revelation, and you need the application of it all.
mm-hmm.
And so I think that's a rule that we could kind of take on in life when we're getting information about our business. So what does this information reveal for us,
Right.
right?
Right.
And based on what revelation we have about this information, then how are we supposed to apply that as a CEO? How are we supposed to apply that as a business owner, right? In our business to serve the people, right? But if we just take the information, we're operating at a deficit. So we're deficit CEOs instead of being fulfilled CEOs.
Absolutely. Well said. There's a question that came up, Jam. Hold on, let me read it from
Okay.
Sean PR. Okay.
Girl, just read the question.
Yeah. So if I hired someone off of Fiverr or Upwork or any of those sites to write a blog for me or any other type of copy, um, and later found out that they were using AI and didn't tweak any of the information, can they sue that person if they didn't deliver what was intended?
That's a really, really, really good question. And I think the thing that you have to think about is one, did you enter into a contract when you did business on Fiverr or Upwork? Because sometimes we are happy to get the work and support, but in reality, we need a contract every time we do business. So never do business without a writing. Take that rule down. Never do business without a writing, right? And so you want that information there. The second piece is, who is the actual owner of the information that was written in general? So that's another reason why you want to have that contract in place. The third thing is you want to know what state, city, country are they coming from. So if they're not coming from the US, it's going to be harder for you to do anything with them. And I would say the fourth thing is you would have to put in place something that says in your contract, because you're going to be a sophisticated CEO, that says that you have to use original work. And if not, there is some type of liquidated damages clause in there for you actually breaching the contract in that way. And again, this is something that AI can't teach you about the law, that AI can't teach you about business. However, hustle culture may tell you, just go over there and put the blog on because it's going to get you $10,000 in 10 hours.
I'm telling you, that's actually really, really good advice. Hopefully, Sean, that was good. That answered your question, but that was a really, really great question um for that. So I actually have a follow-up question with that, Jam.
Mhm.
So for those websites, Fiverr, Upwork, and things like that, you're saying that we business owners, when we're doing business with those, because they're ultimately contractors, we need to have our own agreement and contract outside of whatever is in Fiverr or Upworks or those other. And I hate to pull those two out, but those are the two
Two
popular
main
ones.
ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's actually a really good question. Every sophisticated business owner should have contracts that are within their business that they know, understand, and have vetted with their attorney. So the basic one should be an independent contractor agreement, which is the agreement for hiring anybody to do anything in your business. The second one should be some type of service, whether it's a client services agreement, a consultant agreement, speaker agreement, license, the agreement that is your main vehicle for delivering service. If you're a service-based business, that's an agreement you should have in your business. And the third one is a non-disclosure agreement and confidentiality agreement, because you are going out here and you're sharing ideas about the thing that could possibly make you millions, and for me, billions, right?
Right.
For Tyler Perry, billions, right? And you're not protecting those ideas and information. And so you're literally giving them out to the world. And without that, you are left open, and eventually your profits are not going to be protected, and you're losing money when you were meant to make money.
Wowzers, Batman. That's you know what? That's some really, really good information. And I think that a lot of businesses don't understand that. And we assume that if we're utilizing those two platforms, then all the contracts that we need is in place. And I'm going to add this, and I'm going to plug the fact that we will be doing, or I will be having a transition to transformation um, coaching program that starts next month. And coach attorney Jamila Moore will actually be there, and she will be talking about more in depth about this, as well as myself, about the sales and the marketing piece when it comes to AI and a lot of that. So definitely go to my bio in Instagram and click on the link to apply. We would definitely love to have you a part of the community there, so you can start growing your business and learn and all of that good stuff. But that there's a lot of information out there that is misleading, and giving you guys the short term solutions and not looking at the things in the long term.
Malika, I think you just ended it right there.
There
Boom,
we have it.
boom.
There we have it, guys. We have another week down up under our belt. I hope that you guys found this very, very helpful. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to us. We're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. You have all of the information. Malika.Shae, SHAE, on Instagram. That's my same on YouTube. That's my same on, on Facebook. And then Jamila, go ahead and tell them your handles.
Well, I am, and more everywhere, and it's with one O, and it's just literally a reminder for us as CEOs, for us as empowered people and world changers, that I am and more. So we continue to keep going. And then if you want to connect with me personally, you can connect with me with Jamila Esquire. That's on LinkedIn, that's on Facebook, and then that's on Instagram. But I want you to remember and take this away. If you are doing business without marketing, without legal, without sales, your back is broken. I guess maybe that was the end one, but it is.
And just again, a reminder: always, 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 always put your users, your audience at the forefront of everything you do for your business. Content creation, creating your web, whatever you do, you make sure that you put your users and your audience at the forefront, and let that be the core of what you do and how you move and the decisions that you make.
All right,
So,
Tom.
all right, bye for now. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.